Hi guys, this is episode 2 of our 100% survival mode completion of I Am Alive. So we're going to walk here and there's going to be this guy standing right there. He has a gun, I believe. And so you don't really want to mess with him. He doesn't have anything that you want. So some of the people in this game will be kind of hostile, but they won't actually attack you as long as you don't do anything that upsets them. So like if I had tried to run when I was close to him, he would have gone aggressive. If I had sort of started approaching him and getting close to him, he would have gone aggressive. So you don't want to do that in some situations with some people if they're people that you don't want to kill. So you'll see there's some dudes like kind of beating somebody up over there. You want to come around here, and it updates your map every once in a while when you get to like a section of street. Your map right here sort of really reminds me a lot of the Silent Hill map. It gives you sort of these red blocked off areas when it's somewhere that you can't go. So you want to come right around here and you'll see this glowing thing right here is our first retry. So that means that you can start back from a checkpoint if you want to. You also have the option to start back from the beginning of a chapter, which sometimes is beneficial to you if you're near the beginning of the chapter and you mess up. Sometimes it's better to just go ahead and restart a chapter instead of starting back from a checkpoint. The thing to remember with restarting a chapter, reset to previous episode, is that if I went back to episode 1 right now, it resets me to the items that I had in episode 1. You'll see that I don't have any retries at that point. And I don't have any retries at the beginning of episode 2 because I hadn't picked that one up yet. So it'll reset you to whatever your inventory and health and stamina and stuff looked like at the beginning of that chapter or episode, and it will erase all the data from there forward. So if I clicked to restart episode 1 right now, it would completely erase episode 2, and I wouldn't be able to go back to it until I played that far. So that's just important to remember, to not try to replay chapters, you know, just to like go back and see if you can get stuff, because that's not going to be beneficial to you. So here we have the first kind of combat sequence. So we have a gun, but we don't have any bullets in it. But this guy doesn't know that. So you can push X and sort of tell him to back up and kind of force him back toward this pit right here, and you hit X to strike him and knock him off. And so that's how you can deal with some enemies.
Better keep this with me.
Enemies that don't have guns can be intimidated for a period of time like that. Now you picked up his machete, so you have that machete to use, and it doesn't have any like an equipment state or anything, so it won't break or anything. You just have it forever, which is great. So you come up, and now here are these guys. So here's the sort of second tactic that it likes to show you. So you can not approach this dude and just sort of hit X to surprise kill him, and that's going to give you your first achievement, first machete quick kill. Now you picked up a bullet when you kill him because he dropped a bullet from his gun. So you can now put your gun on this guy and you could shoot him, but we're not going to do that. He's just going to surrender, and I'm going to strike him to put him down. Right? So then we have these guys. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to shoot this one. And then this guy is going to be like, oh no, no, don't hurt me. And we're going to hit X when we get up to him. and you go into this little thing where you have to kind of mash right trigger over and over, and that's called a struggle kill, and that's how we're going to deal with him. So, some sort of interesting little mechanics here. If you continue back this way through where the enemies came out, you will get some painkillers, and painkillers will refill a little bit of your health. Okay, so now we're going to continue on here. Open up this gate. And we're going to come down into this area, and you'll see that there's a first aid kit right here. We're going to pick that up, and we're going to make sure to not use it because we're about to get our second achievement right here called My First Rescue. There's going to be a survivor or victim. Our first victim that we're going to help is, I believe, this person who is getting beaten up by those guys that we just murdered. So up here on the right, there's going to be a lady and her son, and the son is injured, and they're going to ask you for a first aid kit, and conveniently we just picked up a first aid kit, so we're just going to give that to them, and that's going to give us the achievement, My First Rescue. And so you save a victim, you get a retry, and it tells you how many that you've helped, and so you want to keep track of that over the course of your playthrough, and you want to make sure that the number of victims that it says that you helped matches what you think you should have because there have been times when I've played through that it seemed like I missed one somehow, or I had to restart a checkpoint or reload a chapter or something, and forgot to go back and get that victim, because if you have to restart a checkpoint, have to reload a chapter, then all of the things that you did after that point are gone. So you have to go do it again. So it's easy to sort of forget that, oh, I need to go help that victim again, if you aren't expecting it to do that. Because I know a lot of times with collectibles and things, they just count for the entirety of the game, you know, like after you get it, it's good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to find our way to his apartment. And so you'll see that it's up here on the left. Can't get through that gate. There's this lady right here. Probably don't want to run as close to her as I was doing, but she didn't hurt me. But you want to just leave her alone. Again, she doesn't really have anything that you can use. So, and you don't have any bullets for your gun, and she has a gun, and it's not really a good idea to go up against someone with a gun who is kind of on guard like that when you don't have any bullets. So avoid her, and you'll get this little cutscene when you come up to your apartment. And when you go into your apartment, there's an item that we're going to pick up.
Julie, are you there?
So over here, if you turn around sort of to the left of the door, you can pick up a fruit cocktail, and that's a good stamina item because it gives you both stamina and stamina capacity. So that's a really good item to have when you're doing sort of the longer climbing sequences. And then you just want to come over here and read this letter that's on the mantle, and that'll give you a little cutscene. Okay, so after you get out of that little cinematic, You can come on out here. There aren't really any collectibles in this whole area out here. I did a fair bit of exploring and couldn't really find anything, so I'm just going to come forward and progress the level. You run up to this little kid who seems to be lost, and she's kind of cute with her little coat that's too big. And so then you just want to follow her. You don't have to worry about getting lost or anything, because if you do, that's fine. Eventually you'll go the right way, and it's not really timed or anything, so you can't fail if you take too long or something like that. But you'll keep seeing her running, and you kind of have to go around here on the pipe, because you can't get to all the places that she can get to, because she can go through these little holes. Walk across the pipe, buddy. Walk across the pipe. Sometimes the pipes sort of glitch out like that. But no biggie. So she went under there. We definitely can't fit under there, so we're gonna walk across these things. If you hold down RT and you don't hit A to jump quick enough, you'll do that thing where you sort of slide off, like you saw. That happens sometimes. So we're going to come up here, and it's going to be our second real encounter with some enemies. We're going to have 2 pistol guys and a machete guy, and so we're going to try to surprise the first one, shoot the second one, and struggle kill the third is the plan. Just nasty dudes trying to intimidate a little child. So the 2 dudes on the left here are our pistol guys. We want to surprise this first one, and then put your gun on that one, and you got to do it pretty quick, because if you don't shoot that second one very fast, the one on the right will run up and hurt you, and you don't want that to happen. So you kind of have to do it quickly, but if you know what to expect from the encounter, you should be able to get through that without taking any damage. Kind of my goal here is to show you guys how to do every encounter without getting hurt. So after a little sequence there, you want to go over here and pick up the bullet out of this guy's gun that he dropped. And then you just want to proceed to take the little girl, whose name is May, to a safe place, because she's got kind of a cough from all the dust that's everywhere. And so you want to get her inside to where she's safe. So it's kind of neat. You have her tied to your back so you can still climb and stuff, which is kind of an interesting way of having a companion or an escort or whatever. So you want to come out here. The dust is going to kind of start to get bad. And where we're trying to make our way to is the mall. So if you go up here, you'll see West Side Shopping Mall is circled, and it's just left down this street. So you just want to kind of run. You'll see that it's getting dustier and dustier because they're having a storm. And you just want to make it to this little light here, and that's going to be the end of this episode. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you're enjoying it, and I'll see you in episode 3.